As a teacher, when you open your new course shell, you may notice a long list of navigation links down the left side of the screen. Any links with the crossed eye icon are hidden from students but still available to you as the teacher. If you're a screen reader user, those items will sound something like this.
Grades disabled, not visible to students. Link to activate. Press enter. Disabled, not visible to students.
Okay, I think they heard you the first time. You can hide the course navigation menu at any time by activating this hamburger button named Hide Courses Navigation Menu. The course homepage is always available at the top of the navigation menu. It's the front door of your classroom and should be brief, welcoming, and have a selection of essential links. You can also choose to have your recent announcements appear here. Announcements are a great way to send out reminders or let students know about changes. They can even be pre-written and scheduled for release, so you can prepare all of your major reminders at the start of the term. It's a good idea to keep this one enabled and near the top, unless you don't plan on using announcements or prefer for them to appear on your homepage. Modules. Content in your course will be organized into modules. A typical structure is one module per week, but you could also organize your content into units or topics that span multiple weeks. Our template also includes a hidden instructor module, which contains resources for working in Canvas, as well as icons and design elements that can be copied and pasted into your course pages. And the Need Help and Course Overview modules, which have some pre-filled information, but need to be customized before the course is made available to your students. As a teacher, you can open Course Analytics to see overviews like average course grade and weekly activity. Students can only see analytics of their own performance. Item banks are sets of questions for quizzes. They let you reuse question sets across multiple quizzes and exams and make global edits to those questions without having to go track down every instance of their use. Even though it doesn't specify this in the menu, item banks will never be visible to students. Grades. Here you can view and manually edit grades for all students. You can also import and export grades, define your late policies, and decide when grades become visible to students. If this page is enabled for students, they will only be able to see their own grades. The syllabus page has a space at the top where you can include notes and course policies, with a generated summary at the bottom showing release and due dates for your course content. Rubrics can be created and attached to assignments, discussions, and quizzes. The Assignments page provides direct links to all assignments, discussions, and quizzes in the course, without showing any of the other module content. If you're using any of these features, this can be a helpful way for students to quickly find their assignments. Collaborations lets you and your students set up collaborative documents within Google Docs, Google Assignments, or Microsoft 365. If you want to encourage your students to take collaborative notes or plan on assigning group projects, this can help them keep track of their shared files that are related to your class. People is your course roster and includes the names, login ID, and activity information for all students, teachers, and aides that are assigned to your course shell. If visible to students, they will only be able to see each participant's name and role. Discussions are like forums. You can set up a discussion board where students can post their own topics, like a course Q&A. You can also have graded discussions. While your discussions should always be linked within the related module, it's nice to have the direct link to all discussions to make them easier for students to find. Quizzes will contain all of the quizzes included in your course. If you're using Canvas's quiz tool, your quizzes should always be directly linked to in their related module, but it's also helpful for students to be able to open the quizzes page and see all of their quizzes in one place. BigBlueButton is a virtual conferencing system similar to Zoom or Microsoft Teams. Files. This is where you can view all of the files that exist in this course, including the images provided with the template and anything that you have uploaded. If you have an image used on multiple pages that you would like to replace all instances of, you can replace the file directly here. Pages. This is where you can see all of the pages that exist in your course, even if they haven't been put into a module. Outcomes. The Outcomes feature lets you track specific learning objectives based on the student's performance in related assessments. The Outcomes page can only be made visible to students if you have created alignments for this course. Settings will always be at the bottom of the navigation pane when viewing the course as a teacher and will never be presented to students. Settings will always open to the Course Details tab, where you can change the cover image for your course, write a description, and toggle some specific permissions settings related to how students can interact with your course. The Navigation tab is where you can disable and reorganize the items in your navigation menu. Now that you know what each of them are for, you can decide what pieces are relevant to your course and what sequence you would like them to appear in.